In Kabbalah, Arab Zarak, commonly translated from Hebrew as the ravens of dispersion or the ravens of death, is the seventh of the 10 klipoth on the tree of death. It acts as the direct dark reflection, distortion, and polarization of the Sephirah Netzach, the holy sphere of victory, endurance, emotion, and natural beauty, the shadow of Netzach. While Netzach governs healthy passion, emotional drive, artistic inspiration, and the triumph of the human spirit, Arab Zarak twists these qualities into unrestrained, chaotic emotional currents. The archdemon of Arab Zarak. This sphere is traditionally ruled by the archdemon Baal, frequently depicted as a multi-headed deity of war and weather, or the specific demonic manifestation Tubal-Cain, the maker of sharp weapons and instruments of war. These figures embody the concept of unholy warfare. They govern the cold, calculated drive to conquer, destroy, and exploit others to feed one's own desires and ego. Esoteric significance and imagery. Astrology. Arab Zarak corresponds to the inverted, dark side of the planet Venus. It transforms Venusian love, harmony, and relationship building into raw lust, emotional warfare, and manipulative seduction. Symbolic imagery. In ceremonial grimoires, the entities of this realm are visualized as terrifying black ravens with human heads or demonic skin-winged entities emerging from a stormy, churning ocean of dark fluid. The left-hand path gateway. For modern occultists, such as the magical order Dragon Rouge, Arab Zarak represents a massive spiritual battlefield. It is the place where a magician must face their deepest, darkest emotional addictions and transmute their raw, animalistic survival instincts into spiritual freedom. In Kabbalah, the name Samael holds a unique double meaning. It is both a major individual archangel, demon in Jewish folklore, and the name of the 8th Cliffa on the Tree of Death. As a Cliffa, Samael is translated from Hebrew as the poison of God or the desolation of God. It acts as the direct, dark reflection and distortion of the Sephirah Had, the holy sphere of intellect, reason, communication, and divine splendor. The shadow of Had. While Had governs intellectual flexibility, logic, honest communication, and the healthy processing of information, the sphere of Samael twists the mind into a tool of chaos. False logic and deceit. Samael represents the corruption of intellect. It uses flawless-sounding arguments, manipulation, and sophistry, not to find the truth, but to hide it and trick others. The radiating illusion. Esoteric texts describe Samael as an object emitting a light so blindingly brilliant that you cannot see what is hidden behind it. It forces people to trust an illusion that is fundamentally hollow or corrupt. Intellectual arrogance. It governs the trap of intellectual pride, using skepticism, dogmatic belief systems, or cold rationalism to mock spiritual truths and justify one's own ego. The archdemon of the sphere, Adramelech. While the overarching entity Samael lends his name to this realm, the specific ruling archdemon assigned to govern this klifa in Western esoteric traditions is Adramelech. Adramelech is traditionally depicted as a figure of extreme falsehood, vanity, and treason. He embodies the specific urge to misuse communication and intellect for personal gain, backstabbing, and spreading malicious rumors. Samael as an individual entity in Kabbalah, outside of its designation as the 8th sphere, the entity Samael is one of the most prominent figures in Jewish mysticism. The poison of God. His name is often translated as Samael, venom, poison of God, serving as the heavy, bitter angel of death, who takes human souls with a drop of venom. The arc coupling. In the seminal Kabbalistic text, the Zohar, Samael is established as the supreme king of the other side, Sitra Achra. He is married to Lilith, the queen of demons. Together they form a dark, parallel reflection of Adam and Eve, ruling over the forces of cosmic impurity. The servant of God. Crucially, mainstream rabbinic Kabbalah does not view Samael as an independent Satan fighting against God. Instead, he functions as the heavenly prosecuting attorney, an adversarial force created by God to test human free will, punish sinners, and enforce harsh divine judgment. The realm of mud and clay. Esoterically, the sphere of Samael marks a transition point on the tree of death. It is considered the first sphere in the realm of mud and clay, where abstract spiritual corruption begins to take solid form as it moves closer to the physical world. The lower realms of mud and clay. We have now entered the lowest, densest portion of the tree of death. In this region, the abstract spiritual chaos of the higher spheres begins to take concrete, heavy form as it draws close to the physical universe. Gamaliel, the obscene ones. Gamaliel, meaning the obscene ones or the polluted of God, is the ninth of the 10 Qlipoth. It acts as the direct dark reflection, distortion, and polarization of the Sephirah Yesod, the holy sphere of foundation, the astral subconscious, memory, and sexuality, the shadow of Yesod. While Yesod acts as a pure lens that filters spiritual light down into the physical world and governs healthy sexual vitality, Gamaliel represents the rot of the subconscious. The astral septic tank. Gamaliel is the repository for all rejected, repressed, and twisted human desires. It is a realm of vivid, addictive fantasies that drain a person's life force. Distorted vitality. It twists natural reproductive and creative energy into obsessive perversions, perverted dreams, and deep psychological dependencies. The night terror. This sphere governs the chaotic, terrifying shapes that crawl out of the human shadow during sleep, trapping the mind in illusions of helplessness. The ruling archdemon. Lilith Gamaliel is ruled by Lilith, the queen of demons, and the mother of abominations. In this specific realm, she is known as the Elder Lilith, the wife of Samael. She embodies the wild, uncontainable feminine force that refuses to be subjugated, acting as a seductive yet destructive force that completely shatters fragile, ego-driven structures. Nehemoth, the whispering souls. Nehemoth, meaning the whisperers or groaners, is the 10th and final Qlipha, completing the tree of death. It sits at the absolute bottom of the structure and serves as the dark shadow of Malkuth, the physical kingdom, the earth, and material reality. The shadow of Malkuth. While Malkuth is the physical world infused with the divine presence, Shekinah, Nehemoth is the material world stripped of all spiritual light, pure materialism. Nehemoth represents the illusion that the physical world is all that exists. It traps human awareness in a cycle of survival, greed, and physical sensation. The whispering ghost. True to its name, this sphere is filled with the low, mourning whispers of souls who are completely bound to the earth, unable to move past their material attachments. The toxic shell. It is the Asiya, the physical shell, turned into a prison of heavy, stagnant, and decaying matter. The ruling archdemon, Nama. This final sphere is ruled by the archdemoness Nama, often called the younger Lilith, or Lilith's sister. Nama is the demon of material seduction, physical infatuation, and worldly riches. While Lilith operates in the astral dream world of Gamaliel, Nama operates directly in the tangible, physical world, tempting mortals through physical greed and bodily corruption. The Sitra Achra, the other side. In Kabbalah, the entire tree of death is collectively referred to as the Sitra Achra, Aramaic for the other side. Mainstream traditional Kabbalists view this realm as a spiritual wasteland, a dead zone of empty husks, Qlipoth, that exist only to test human free will. However, in Left-Hand Path, LHP, Western esoteric traditions, the Sitra Achra is viewed not as a prison, but as a map of ultimate spiritual liberation and self-deification.